Hello, greetings. So this is discussion board three. When we read the article on ethical dilemmas in human service management, identifying and resolving challenges. So the three elements that I found significant for like ethical dilemmas in human service organization. The first one would be external rules and regulations. Um, and more so on the part where it talks about broader system rules. And there was someone who, I guess one of the participants, commented and said that older uh, psychiatric patients who have a history of homelessness and chronic mental illness are discharged, and they're discharged to shelters and then eventually just go back to the streets. That resonated with me because I was a shelter coordinator for a faith-based nonprofit organization, and that statement could be like, that's not could be, it is so accurate. So during the wintertime, I coordinated emergency winter shelter for 22 weeks, and there are times when police have escorted individuals being discharged from psychiatric care, or even transport them from like the hospital and to the shelter. And this shelter, it was like you come in at 6 in the evening. Um, no, you come in, yeah, at 6 in the evening. We serve dinner. 10 o'clock, lights out. You get up in the morning at 6, and you got to be out the shelter by 7 in the morning. And in the shelter, you had to be self-sufficient. And I just thought it was crazy how people was just being discharged from the psych unit to the shelter, like, and there was no follow up with care coordination, um, and they would just go right back to the streets. They wasn't getting the adequate care that they needed. The second theme would be compromised submission. And it says underscore the difficulties of sufficiency or sufficiently and appropriately working with clients because of restraints imposed by various rules and protocols. This right here hits home with me because in order to like transition people from homelessness to housing, there's a program through the city of Hampton and Newport News called Rapid Rehousing, where funding is given to the city to provide to help people transition. So basically, they'll pay 1 month deposit, security deposit, and 3 months rent. And when I was presenting cases, I mean, we go before a board. All the different organizations will meet bi-weekly, and we present our cases, our clients, so that they could get approved for the assistance. We had to, identify their barriers, their strengths, how they became homeless, what the goal is, and how they're going to maintain housing. And I will petition for the security deposit and 3 months rent, but the board will only approve deposit and 1 month's rent. And it's like the clients had to fend for themselves from there out. But by the way that the grant is, clients are supposed to have a deposit and 3 months rent. And it just frustrated me because it's like when you moving from the streets, you have nothing. People have to get clothes and furniture, and then there's the light bill and stuff. So it's like we're supposed to give 3 months rent, but you're only approving for 1 month rent, and you expect them to maintain housing. Like, we're supposed to be there to help them to be housed and keep housing. That just really frustrated me. So I totally understand about the compromise mission. Totally agree with that. And then the third one would be staff competencies. Cultural competency was the primary area of concern for the respondents. And as being a shelter coordinator, I was, of course, the coordinator, so I had 30 people under me, and a lot of them were volunteers, and which I was really grateful for the help. But and some of them were staff, and those that were staff, like, and just even the volunteers, it like really bothered me when they would make comments about the way a person would smell, a homeless person would smell, or the way they would look. It's uh, like they had a disease or something. Like, I don't get too close to me, or they would like belittle them or talk down to them, and I would correct my staff, because in this field, these people are homeless. Some people went days without taking a shower. You don't talk down on people. You don't belittle them. You don't make comments about them. And I remember doing a training. I always try to do a training every quarter, every 3 months, just to do like training on getting to know the people, like the population that you're working with, the culture that you're working with, you know. So yeah, those are my three themes. Uh, I think the one that really just touched home with me is the compromise mission, because the city is like I had to fight for my clients, like really advocate, and that was so frustrating because according to the policy of the grant, the clients were supposed to get 3 months rent, and it's like they was kind of conserve the money, but it's like it's not your money. You know what I'm saying? This money is for the people to be housed, and then so they save, pinch off, and then by the end of the season, it's like they got all this money left, and now they just throwing it out because whatever money that's not used, it has to be returned, and then that can lessen for the following year how much money we get. So I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, that's my discussion board 3.